One regular episode coming right up.
Awesome.
And unfortunately for us, regular is still quite upsetting to most people.
Yeah. We're regular like diarrhea.
Absolutely. What do you mean? Isn't you getting twice a week? Ooh, what do you got there? A zero sugar crush.
Yes, sir.
What's the occasion, my friend?
My cock's still hard
Hey,
and my
all right,
life
folks.
sucks. I don't know, man. I feel like ever since I was in the hospital, I don't think this was like a any reasoning for anything.
There's a correlation to it.
No, but I I don't need to be drinking caffeine
All
day
day
long.
I couldn't agree more. And I'm glad. I'm glad to see you cutting back,
Yeah.
being a little easier on yourself.
Yeah. I also couldn't they didn't really have energy drinks on the cruise I was on.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't have any.
Oh.
I had one the entire time I was there, and it was one sugar.
I can't believe they didn't have any energy drinks.
I think maybe they could have. So
I'd assume you would have a hard time finding water.
yeah, you'd think so. But so this was my thing on the cruise. I was working,
Yes.
so I was being paid to be there,
Yes.
and they say these things are all inclusive, which is not entirely true.
No.
There are things that you have to pay for,
Mm-hmm.
like soda and alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
and
Well, I really think those are the first two things I'd assume with all-inclusive.
nope. Do they have like the drinks? These cruises have like the drink selection of like a college. Dude, it really felt like I was at a community college on the boat.
Okay.
Like on the sea.
Okay.
Like that's what the cruise ships feel like. You're at
It's
a
a
community
community
college
college
on the sea.
On the sea.
There's like a gym that no one really uses, and
Yep.
there is an interesting food court that you can really like ruin your life with
yeah.
in an interesting way.
Uh-huh.
And the only things that you can drink for free are water
Mhm.
out of a like dispenser.
Yeah.
Like where it's like you push like a button, like a circular button,
And it fills a cup for you or it gives you a cup?
You have like a little plastic cup that you put there,
Okay.
like a little dining hall cup.
Got it.
It's that or like iced tea or lemonade or like cranberry juice or orange juice, like that kind of thing.
Interesting. One of those
Big
like
four
okay.
flavor, like it's like all four of those flavors, and you pull like a tab out.
Oh.
Like you pull the tab out and then the juice comes out. Like
Jeez.
you thumb the middle and then you pull the thing
Yeah.
out. Yeah, like that.
Do kids today have any idea about the frozen concentrate for orange juice?
I have no idea. There's
I
no,
haven't seen
I
it.
don't,
I don't think it's-
know.
I'm sure it exists.
I think it still exists. I see it in like disgusting TikTok videos.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if anyone. I don't know.
You would get a cylinder
Like a biscuit cylinder.
like a biscuit
cardboard
cylinder and cardboard. That was like a hard paper.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it'd be just frozen concentrate of orange juice. And I think you would you'd just drop it into a thing of water.
I think
My parents, we never did it.
I was always like, my parents did it sometimes. And there was a point where we would get orange juice concentrate and powdered milk. And I remember being like, why do I have to wait for these things? Like being so mad,
Yeah.
being like, why am I waiting for the orange juice to melt?
I can't
What are you
believe-
talking about?
I have to wait for my drinks.
What do you mean it has to melt? It's juice already. You've made juice into a solid to make it back into a juice. This doesn't seem like it can be cheaper.
Yeah, you added more steps.
Yeah.
It's just more shelf stable. It lasts
Yeah.
longer, and that's really the only thing.
But luckily the people running this cruise are very professional.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a production company.
Okay.
It's not like the cruise shipped in. It's not like I was doing stand up on like a regular cruise.
Yeah.
This is like a production company. They just do like cruises, like themed cruises.
Oh, okay.
So like literally it was so funny because we were doing like the Lamb of God Headbangers Boat metal cruise, and then next week, like the week that's starting probably now, was the Hallmark Channel Christmas movie cruise.
Wow. Imagine you got mixed up. You had to do that one.
I'm like, what the most incredible overlap, like
Yeah. What a
juxtaposition
crazy
of crowd.
180 that has to be.
Yeah. And apparently the Hallmark cruise sold out so quick they had to add a second one.
Get the fuck out of here.
Like so quickly.
No, that makes a lot of sense, actually. I thought
People
about
love that
1
shit.
second. The type of people that would like Hallmark
Yeah.
would also think a cruise is a relaxing
I
time.
can't wait to go on a cruise with the people who were like. It's funny because it's like I kind of understand going on the cruise that I was on. There's like bands playing all day long.
Yeah.
You can hang out with the bands. You get to like meet other people who are into music. You get to be on a cruise, whatever.
And really, when you think about what makes a personality, music is a big part of what makes a personality.
Yes. And there, it's like, oh, cool.
Which I think is wrong.
Yeah. But it's at least it's something. But just like going onto a boat that's about movies that aren't, and there's just like actors.
And their whole thing is that they're kind of bad. Like that's like they know
They're cheesy. It's like kind of a joke to do one if you're an actor.
Yeah.
Like it's so crazy.
The
and
actors
it's like,
and for the Hallmark boat cruise, the actors are there because they also work for the cruise line.
Well,
off
they
peak
they had
season.
to take time off to like from dancing on a different boat. But that's the funny thing is like the cruise that like we were on. It's like there's no other entertainment.
Yeah.
Like there's none of like the boat entertainment is not happening.
Wow. Okay.
So none of like the boat bands or like the singers or the karaoke, like none of that is happening. It's all through this the cruise.
Okay. You know, it would be a fun theme for a cruise. I just thought of
A Little Time podcast.
a little time podcast cruise, and we're on a rowboat,
And it's us and six other weird guys. And it's a pretty empty ship, and no one there is that happy.
and I don't really want to hang out with anyone.
Yeah.
No, I was like gonna go through my mind and like, oh, let's kind of go through some funny themes, and this one I think would be kind of fun in a really weird way, a murder mystery cruise
Oh, interesting.
where there's one big mystery and a bunch of other little mysteries you can solve within one day.
That is, yeah.
So
That's a
5-day
good
mystery-
idea, except for the fact that I can't leave. Like the fact that, like for me, I'm like, I think it's a good idea for someone who's not me. I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it's I'm not like that's a stupid idea. Actually, that's a pretty good idea. It's
Yeah.
like living in Clue,
Yeah.
like for a couple days, which is like kind of cool if you like that.
you like
And then
that.
for me, I'm like, I can't leave either. And if I throw myself off the boat, I die.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit.
Hey, funny, we do that and you get killed the first day. You have to just lay dead.
Just
for
have to
4
just be
days.
silent. I just walk around in like a cloak with like a morph suit on.
dead guy.
Yeah. I just don't get to talk. Dude, what's my worst nightmare? Being on a cruise and I'm not allowed to talk.
Not allowed to talk is a nightmare for you.
Insane. But the production company, like the production people, they had like an artist lounge on the boat.
Oh.
So they took like one of the like restaurants basically
Mm-hmm.
and just made it like a private area. And they had like a buffet in there all day. And then they just had a big table of like sodas and bottles of water and stuff
Oh, okay.
for free for the artists.
Good.
So like I didn't have to, they have like, you can buy like a soda pass.
Ooh, and what's that look like physically?
It just is printed on your, so like there's no money exchanged on the boat. You basically put a credit card down and then you have like your key card for your room and then they just tap that.
Oh, it's like V-Bucks.
It's like V-Bucks for Fortnite, obviously. But you just
I
like,
legally have to put one Fortnite reference in
at
every
least,
episode now.
yeah. But so you just like tap your card and then it like gets paid to your, like your credit card
credit
basically. But you can like pay for the soda pass. So then it's like, oh, you get unlimited soda, but it's like X amount of dollars a day. And I was like, I'm not going to drink that many dollars worth of soda every day.
Got it.
So then I would literally just like go down into the artist lounge at like 9 a.m. and just take like 6 sodas.
Yeah, as you should.
Also, because like everyone was like, they had free beer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm taking 6
I'm
sodas.
taking sodas. I don't have any other choice.
Yeah, I'm taking
a fun beverage.
Yeah, I'm taking 6 sodas and I'm putting them in my mini fridge.
Yeah.
And then we also had like our rider. So like backstage for our 2 shows, there was like a bunch of sodas in a cooler. So then I just took those also.
Good.
And I was like, I'm taking all these sodas. And then they were literally like, do not care. Like the people backstage were like, do not care. They are yours.
Yeah.
They're
It is so funny to
They're
own.
for you. You asked for them. And I'm like, and I could take them also. And no one's mad at me also. And everyone's my friend for sure.
And you guys like it that I'm
And you
taking
guys
it?
think it's cool that I'm taking these.
You're almost treating it like I'm doing you a favor
and
by
you think,
taking
and
the
I'm
things
actually
that are
taking
mine.
and I'm actually taking a load off your back by taking all these sodas back to my room, which is cool.
And you're gonna tell people that I'm a good guy because I'm taking
Yeah.
the sodas that are brought for me
Dude, fuck.
specifically.
Let me show you. There was like some food backstage, like at
And
our
backstage,
shows.
what do you mean by backstage in this scenario?
So our show was in like they had like a bunch of weird, like they had some areas on the boat that were like, I was like, I don't know if there should be shows here. There was like, it was like that. There was like one, like there was like different spaces. One was called like the atrium, and it was literally like 2 or 3 stories tall, like a stage. But then it felt like all these bands were playing at like a high school dance or something. It felt
Okay.
strange.
Okay.
It was like very open. And it felt like you're playing. You know when you would go to the mall and there was like a concert happening.
I got it immediately.
It felt like that.
Yeah.
But we were in like a little lounge. We were in like a lounge. And the little, I mean, there was probably still like 300 people could be in there or more.
Okay.
Like, it was basically like there was a dance floor in the middle. There's a stage all the way at the back. Pretty wide, like rectangular room. stage in the back of the room,
Okay.
and then a dance floor and right in front of the stage, and then kind of like a bunch of couches shaped like parentheses,
Which one's the parentheses?
open or closed, doesn't matter. The like
Got
little
it,
hat,
got it,
yeah.
got it.
But like kind of like like 4 or 5 like tiers that are like 6 or 8 inches taller than the
Okay.
other, but with like kind of half circle like crescent shaped couches on them all the way up, and then there was like a big platform at the back. There's a bar and then like a bunch of seating back there.
Okay.
But during our shows, they put seating on the dance floor, so it wasn't just like a big empty space.
Yeah.
And then all the couches.
Okay.
So there was like chairs on the dance floor. So there's people directly in front of the stage, which is like, and all the shows were like full. They were really good. A little rowdy because they were both at like 11:30 at night.
Understandable.
But also like fine. This is what it is. You guys are still like listening and having fun. Sure, be fun rowdy.
Yeah.
Not like uncontrollable or like mean.
Yeah.
Rowdy. Just like, oh, we're on a boat. We're on a cruise, a metal cruise. Everyone's kind of drunk. We're having fun.
The laws don't apply anymore.
Our first show was the first night.
Oh, wow.
So, but the backstage was literally, they just had like a metal frame with like curtains.
Okay.
So there was just like more seating where it should have was regular seating like everywhere else, but it was just a
Understand.
curtain, but back there. But there was like security guards and shit. But there was like, they had food backstage because there was like shows in there all day long.
Okay.
But I took a really funny picture of a security guard using his flashlight so he could see where our cookies were so he could eat them.
That's one of the best sentences you've
It's
ever
really
said to me.
so awesome.
Security guard using his flashlight to show us where the cookies are.
Yeah.
That's fucking great. How many shows in total?
2.
Two.
I did 30 minutes of comedy on the cruise.
That's hilarious to go. That's
Security
amazing.
guard with like a full like weird chest rig on,
Yeah,
not like a
what is-
bulletproof vest. It was
okay.
like, it was like weird. It was like they had like, I don't know if they had like, it looked like a fanny pack that has like backpack straps on it. They had like a flashlight and like pens and all this shit
these
in
were
there.
cool for like 10 minutes. I remember a
Yeah,
year ago
yeah.
or 2 years ago.
They-
Those
all
are the
this-
most security guard calves I've ever seen in
Dude,
my
it's
life.
insane how much. And all the other security guards were like young Puerto Rican guys that were like fist bumping me all weekend,
Sick.
which was really fun. But that was like really fun. But there was a bunch of like cut in half crustless peanut butter and jelly sandwiches back there, and I
Ooh.
ate so many.
I love that.
The vegan selection on this cruise was not great.
No, I mean,
But they actually, the best part food wise for me was, they had like, it was like the Asian selections section, but it was like a bunch of like Bengali guys working there, and they all were, they were all making like crazy Indian food.
whoa.
It was really fucking good Indian. There's
Whoa.
always really good Indian food available, which was awesome. And there was like some like whatever, like Pan Asian, a weird amalgamation of Japanese and Chinese kind of
Yes.
things there,
Yes.
but which were like fine, like pretty good. But the Indian food was always really good.
Wow.
And then you had to like, if you wanted a veggie burger, you had to like special
ahead of
order it,
time?
and then you had to like stand in the corner like
Yeah.
you were on punishment and wait
Literally
for it.
the same thing I
Like
had to
watching
do.
everyone kind of like be like, why are you standing here?
It was like I got a veggie burger and like,
Yeah.
oh.
I tried to bond with these 2 women about it, and they didn't like it at all.
Oh.
Yeah, because they were also waiting for veggie burgers, and I was like, we got. I did the same joke, obviously. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, we had to stand in the corner like we're punished, and they kind of just like looked at me. And I
That's
was like,
awesome
and I
when
was like,
someone just doesn't get anything.
Awesome, and they were like, "There, your burger's ready." And the girls tried to like take my burger, and the guy was like, "It's his."
That's awesome.
like really yelling about it.
no.
It's his. Yeah,
That's awesome.
But yeah, so that was
Was it
pretty
like a
awesome.
mocha burger, like a classic mocha patty?
It was like your Cisco veggie burger that feels like a bunch of like
Peas mashed together?
peas and rice and that thing, but they throw that bitch in the deep fryer.
Oh, it's so funny.
And then just they really throw that bitch in the deep fryer.
And you're like, this is food.
Yeah.
I'm
and then you
eating
eat
food.
that. Yeah, you eat it and then you like make your own it's like make your own burger bar
Okay.
with like fries. There's always a bunch of fries there too. So it was like fine.
Whatever.
Good enough. But yeah, really went fucking apeshit on the Indian food.
Mm-hmm.
And the breakfast was pretty bad. I ate a bunch of muesli, which is kind of like,
Like granola?
it's kind of like wet. It was like, but it was like,
I never understood what it was.
muesli. It was like
that and kasha. I don't know what the fuck that is.
yeah, it was kind of like,
I know George's dad has him eat it in one episode.
he eats
I go,
kasha.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is
yeah,
that?
muesli was like, I guess it's some kind of like grain, like oatmeal adjacent thing.
Yeah.
fine. It was like really cold in a big giant bowl, and it was just kind of soupy, but had a bunch of fruit in it. So I was like, all right, fine.
Oh, all right.
It was like blackberries and blueberries, and also it was so funny because it was like kind of like shavings of, but like pretty thick shavings of coconut. But when I first got it, I like put it in my bowl, and I was like, "Is there like onions in this? Like, what the fuck is this
It
thing?"
would catch me off guard.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. And I was like, all right. And then I ate it, and I was like, okay, this is actually like. So it was like kind of oatmeal-ish, but it had a little bit of like a crunch to it.
Okay.
So I'm like, fine.
Mouth feels very important.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, fine. This is it. I'm just gonna eat this and whatever. And then yeah, it was like whatever. The food was like fine, but the shows were good.
What were you doing to pass the time? What was your like go-to entertainment?
Walking. Just walking, and I ended up just watching every band that played.
Okay.
Like almost every band that played. I watched every band at least once, I think.
Oh wow.
Except for ones I couldn't get in. There was one I physically could not get in the room while Death Clock was playing.
The cartoon band?
The cartoon band.
That's a real band?
Yeah, I guess so. They made it a real band.
Fuck.
Because like one, so the original songs are like one guy,
Yeah.
and then he has like made a band.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, it was full, like
Are
this
they good?
full theater. They like
For what they are?
yes,
Okay.
really good for what they are. I don't
Got it.
care for what they are,
Sure.
but they're really good for what they are.
What the fuck was the show called? Metalocalypse.
Metalocalypse. Yeah. So they played. They were like
I do
this.
cocaine.
They were
Yeah,
like
I
the
laughed.
second. They were
A
like the
little bit.
second headliner.
Oh.
And honestly, I was like, that's kind of crazy. And then I tried to get into the theater,
couldn't
and I couldn't get in. Wow. Like I could like stand there and listen, but I was like, I want to see what the show is. I don't care to listen to this, but I want to see what
curious.
I want to see. Really want to see what the live show looks like.
Oh, did they not let you in because they didn't think you were over 18?
They said you've had sex too recently. We can smell it on
can
you.
smell it on you.
You disgusting pervert.
Yucky. Go back
Yeah.
and have...
So there was that. But yeah, I watched a bunch of bands, and I just kind of like walked around. Like
Best
a lot.
performance you saw?
Oh,
Other than your own?
other than my own, which was really fucking good. I wrote like, I would say 15 to 20 minutes of boat, like boat specific material, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did 2 15-minute
That's
sets,
beautiful.
and each set was different. But it was really like, hey, you notice this? I saw this thing, that thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And I would say this. I would say almost all of my material, my like riffed, whatever new material went over well.
Mm-hmm.
I think I did well, except for a couple of times I hit a little too close to home and I did not like it.
Okay.
So, because we did stand up the first day and the third day of a 5-day cruise.
Mm-hmm.
So the first day I was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Here's this. Reusing some of my material from the last cruise I did,
Mm-hmm.
obviously. But hey, it's there. And then I said this and whatever, did this. And then the second day I'm like, all right. So it's like, I was like, it's kind of interesting. The first day, everyone's having a lot of fun. Days 2 and 3, you really see the cracks in the relationship starting to unfold. And
yeah,
everyone
yeah.
was like, what? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, I fucking saw all you guys.
Mm-hmm.
You're standing there with your girlfriend who's being like, no, you're not listening to me, while you're like on the pool deck while some band's about to play.
Yep.
Being like, you woke up too late and we couldn't get off of the boat in time before it started raining. Like those kind of arguments.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we were talking about the last cruise I went on. When everyone was really weirded out because I went to the beach and I was wearing full jeans, but it was January and I had to do like an autograph signing after, like on the beach. So I was like, I don't want a bunch of pictures taken if people want to take pictures. Well, I'm like wearing a bathing suit. I want to look like a regular adult man. Also, I thought we were on the metal cruise and black jeans would be appropriate.
For the pool.
Yeah. But I think we were talking about that. And then I made some kind of joke about, you ever seen that picture of Lemmy wearing like short shorts that are cut so short they almost look like a diaper
I don't think so.
and like a jean jacket?
I don't think so, but I could easily imagine
Yeah,
it.
I'll find it. But I made some joke about, I was like, yeah, man. I was like, that guy looked really cool. Too bad he bought a bunch of Nazi memorabilia and stuff like that. And people were like, got silent. I was like, he did it.
There's no reason to be silent.
Yeah.
We know he
did it. And also, he's dead.
Yeah.
And I love disrespecting the dead.
Absolutely. They can't do anything about it. That's all. That's I've seen that picture.
Yeah. Also, really check out this photo.
Really
What's in the
short
background?
shorts.
He's wearing a Japanese headband and there's a Confederate flag behind
Jesus,
him.
buddy.
And he's British. Why do you
And
have a
he's-
Confederate flag?
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
That's always so weird. It was funny that because the band, like Lamb of God, are kind of like Southern rockers, but like whatever.
Let me out of hell, I bet he's
yeah.
saying.
But they were like, hey, you're not allowed to show the Confederate flag while you're on the boat.
Wow.
To like people. They're like, you can't. You got to take it off if you wear it.
Oh.
I'm like, that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah. But who's the best performance not of the stand-ups? Lamb of God is an incredibly great live band.
Wow.
Incredibly professional. They played one of their albums.
Did they play their hit song, Look at Our Lamb?
Yeah. But they played
Look at our beautiful, beautiful
this
lamb.
beautiful lamb, Farmhouse Rock.
Baby
They played
Jesus, Look at Our Lamb.
Yeah. But they played one of their albums front to back, and I was like, in my head, I'm like, I kind of know Lamb of God. And I was like, oh, I think every song on this is actually a hit.
Wow.
In a way, where I was like, every song on this is kind of a banger. It's kind of
What does it sound
crazy.
like real quick?
But they were like, they kind of blew me away live, but I'd seen that. I'm like, I'm not shocked by that.
You seen them before?
Not in a very long time, but I just know they're like one of the biggest metal bands, which is like, I don't think of it this way, but they are one of like the biggest metal bands in the world.
Yeah.
And so they kind of blew me away. I watched Napalm Death 3 times on the boat.
Wow.
Which was awesome.
Do you like them?
I liked them a lot.
Okay.
But it was crazy. What, dude? One time I go,
Are all their songs about the Vietnam War?
dude. A lot of them are about war and stuff like that. They're playing one time. I saw them play 3 times in 3 of the different venues, and each one was really different and interesting. One time they played in the theater and they shouldn't have. It was like midnight and like half full.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's like it's midnight and they're not like one of the big headliners,
Okay.
but they're like a legendary band.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so they sounded awesome, but it felt weird because I was just like sitting in basically like a theater seat, like tiered, like stadium style seating in a theater. And then I saw them once and they were playing on like they covered the big pool in the middle of the boat with a flooring and made that, and that's where one of the stages is.
Okay.
So they're playing on that. It's outside. And then I noticed that there's no bass player. And I'm like, weird.
Mm-hmm.
They have a bass player and he was on the boat. I saw him play earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, oh, interesting. And then I go to the lead singer, Lamb of God. His girlfriend and I are like, she's also from Long Island. So we bonded about that on the last cruise we were on together and all this stuff. And she's really cool. And I just go up to her and I go, where's the bass player? And she just goes, he's got the shits. And I was like, that's the greatest thing that's ever happened. Yeah, that's fucking awesome, actually. Thank you. Yeah. I bet he does have the shits.
So stupid.
It's so awesome. It's so fucking
This
cool.
shit's just so stupid.
It's
Just
no, it's better to say the shits.
the shit.
Better to
Oh my God, is that running his family?
Oh, I'm sorry.
The shit. Oh man, that's all. Hey man, you guys have to go without me.
Yeah,
I got a
the
bad
shits.
case of the shits.
Yeah, and then I saw them play a third time in.
Wait, so what did someone else play bass?
Nope, just no bass player. They're just guitar player and drummer and singer.
So the song sounded weird.
A little bit, but Napalm Death luckily is like kind of like noisy and shitty sounding on purpose.
Okay.
Like they said, oh fuck what they said, that they're like, we're Napalm Death, we're fuck, I wish I could remember the exact phrasing because it was really funny. We're like they said we're like a disgusting sludge band or like something like that.
Okay.
But then I saw them, the third time I saw them was in this like, there was like a bar with a stage in it where it seems like that's where they do like karaoke or something.
Okay.
But it felt like a little venue.
Okay.
Like it felt like I was seeing them in like a VFW hall or something
okay.
like that. And that was by far the best place to see bands, I think.
Sick.
Unless you were on the main, like on the
big theater stage?
yeah. Or I saw I Hate God. That was, oh yeah. So, but Napalm Death in the short little
Do
room.
I Hate God and Lamb of Death get along? I mean,
The Lamb of God and I Hate God. Yeah.
Oh, Lamb of God and I Hate God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lamb of God is okay. Whatever.
They get along great.
That's nice.
But yeah, seeing Lamb of God on that stage was awesome, on the big stage. Napalm Death on the little venue stage was awesome. I Hate God in the room that we did stand up in was also awesome.
Wow.
Because so they had an outdoor stage, another outdoor stage on like what the basketball court basically, but the entire cruise was really choppy and windy and kind of rainy. So they had to like move everything around. They basically had to get rid of that one outdoor stage. So it was like everything got moved around. So it was like there wasn't supposed to be bands in the room that we did stand up in.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw I Hate God in there, which was fucking awesome because it's a short room.
Yeah.
So it was like hitting me in the chest.
Sick.
Like I could feel it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fucking awesome. So that was really good. That might have been the best set I saw, but The Napalm Death set in the short little bar area was also good. And then there's this band from Texas called Frozen Soul, newer band. So like there was a mostly like kind of like legendary bands on the cruise and a few like younger bands. There's a band called Unity from Texas who I made friends with who were like really cool, like really nice guys, young
sick.
guys, really cool. The guys in Frozen Soul, the singer in Frozen Soul I talked to for a little bit, but they're kind of like, it's weird. They're kind of in the world of like death metal that I don't always love. I don't love death. No, I'll say this. I don't love death metal really, but they are kind of in this weird area of stuff that I do like, where it's like, I can tell that you like hardcore.
Yes.
And they were also incredibly good, like tight live.
Okay.
So them in the like little short room area, bar area, that was awesome. That was a really good set. And then, but yeah, Napalm Death in that short area. I think I've played you the 1 second Napalm Death song on this podcast before. Yeah. They have two of those songs and they played them back to back.
That's fun.
And the singer goes, "Could you tell the difference? They're British."
Oh.
Yeah. And also, he was wearing shoes that made it so obvious that he was vegan.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And then
some
time,
high top Macbeths.
yeah, some like really crazy like woven shoe, like,
some straw shoelace things.
But at one point he was wearing like the, you know,
was
like
a witch would play basketball in?
The Animal Liberation, Earth Liberation double fist raise. He was wearing the shirt while they were on stage. And I was like, that's so tough. It's so sick. I think him and I were the vegans on the boat.
Oh.
And I was like, well, it looks like we didn't get the shits. We're not eating fucking prime rib or whatever.
The shits.
Yeah. But yeah, those were all those shows were really good. There were some bands I was watching and I was like, this is interesting. And it was funny because there was a band that I watched in the theater, this band Carcass, who are like really technical death metal,
okay,
which I don't love.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit, it's a bit like, okay, you're doing like a whole thing. You're doing a genre I don't love in a way that I'm like, okay. But then I watched them in that short little bar room, and I was like, "Oh, you guys are actually amazing.
Oh,
you guys are actually unbelievable."
That's fun.
I don't know if I want to listen to you on record, but you are unbelievable live. And I think I watched like the first it was the first night of the boat. I watched the first 5 or 6 of their songs, but they started at midnight, and I was like falling. I had already done it. Yes, exactly. But I'd already like done a set, and I was like,
yeah.
But this happened both nights that we did stand up, where it's like our show ended at like 12:30 or 12:45. And I was like, before the show, I was like, I'm really tired. I'm going to go to bed after the show. And then afterwards, I'm obviously like completely like wired. And so I'm like, I'm walking around, I'm watching bands, like whatever.
Being on stage, if you've never done it, will wake you right up.
Yeah. And then the second night we did I did 15 minutes. Shame did like 30, he did like 40. And then I went back up on stage and we did like a 2-man little Q&A, whatever, talk to the crowd thing. But yeah, those bands. So the Carcass in the short room, Napalm Death in the short room, Frozen Soul in that short room, Lamb of God's both their sets was awesome. And then I think I Hate God in the lounge that we did stand up in was the best set I saw. My favorite set. It was fucking awesome. It's so crazy. They just like are like 50 and they just still do heroin.
Get the fuck out of here.
Like still are just like guys that do heroin for sure.
Crazy.
Yeah, at least the singer, like crazy.
Wow.
Like I didn't see him doing heroin, but I'm like, you got the whole thing.
It's a tough thing to shake off aesthetically. Like it shows.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, dude, I had to do an autograph signing.
Oh, please. Yes. Because you told me before you were going to do this beforehand, and I'm like, please just set up your camera and record no one coming up to you.
Dude, I wanted to, and then like I was thinking about doing it. No. I literally was one of the first. Of course, it was like, hey, be here. It starts at 2, be there at 1:45, and I get there at like 1:50, and I'm still like one of the only people there. Like none of the bands are on time, and I'm like walking around, and I thought that they would put me and Shane at the same table,
sure,
but they didn't. They put us at separate tables, and I just walk up and I just see one with my name, and I start like hysterically laughing, and they're like, "What's funny?" I was like, I don't know.
I don't know how to explain to you.
I don't know how to explain that this is hilarious. And I was already on here as kind of a favor, it seems.
Yeah.
And now I have to have my own table.
Now I'm going to be insulted.
Dude, yeah. I definitely, the first couple people who came up to me, they're like, man, you look really alone over here.
You should have put it. Because did they put a little name tag on your table?
There was a name tag like above my head.
I would have put in brackets, Metallica.
$10 per signature. I'm charging. Definitely a few people there's definitely a few people being like, oh, I felt bad, so I came over here, and I'm like,
Thanks.
awesome. And then a few people who were so obviously just like getting every signature,
Yeah,
but they just
yeah.
like came up to me silently and just like handed me a thing, and I'm like, hey, how are you? And they're like, and then a decent amount of people who like saw me do stand up the night before, or like whatever. And were like nice and wanted to talk or just whatever. Just were nice. They saw me do stand up, or they knew I'm a comedian. They just wanted to
Did you
talk.
take stickers on the boat?
What?
Did you take stickers?
I did. I was like, I'm not wasting them on this. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's better to save them in our room.
Yeah, it's true. But like, I should have brought them down to the merch tent where the merch people get 40% or whatever. The fucking cruise ship gets 40% of the merch cut. But yeah, enough people like, I don't know, were like nice. But it was funny like watching like just like lines like for some bands, like obviously they're like legendary bands.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I like, hey, I assume that Exodus is gonna get more people asking for their fucking autograph than me.
Yeah.
But it was funny, like watching people be like, hey, like it's so funny.
It's just funny. It's very funny.
There was one guy who like came up to me during the thing and he really talked for a minute, and then like after that, I was like a thing where it's like, hey, no offense if he listens to this, but I was like, he really thought we were friends after that.
Oh.
In like a way, but he was like, I was like, the next morning I had like, so I like hadn't really I haven't really worked out since I went to the hospital, and I was like, I feel good. Let me like, I had a pretty good gym on the boat. I was like, let me work out a little bit.
Was there a view in the gym?
Yes.
That's fun.
It was it was all of the treadmills were like at windows.
Beautiful.
The whole side of the gym is windows.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, there was like a big area that had a bunch of so it had a shit ton of treadmills, a couple ellipticals, and then a shit ton of like the bicep curl machine. There's a cable machine. There's a chest press machine. All that, and then there was a little room on the side that was like a Smith machine. Easy bar barbells, and then all the dumbbells.
Okay.
And that didn't have windows, but that was like, there was that little room, and then inside was like the bathroom, and there was a steam room in the bathroom. A little steam room in the, like a little 4 or 5,
okay.
6 person.
Like for a band.
Like for a band. But it was for like in the men's bathroom, there was one, and in the women's bathroom, there was one.
And I can use either one, right?
And you could use whatever one you want. But,
Your Honor, I can't see anything. It's all steamy in there.
yeah, but I like worked out, and then I was like walking across the main deck, because it was on the same level as the dining hall,
Okay.
but across the boat.
Okay.
So I had to walk like across the boat to go get breakfast, and then the guy stops me and he goes like, "How come every time I see you walking around, you look so bored?" And I was like, "Oh, probably because it's 9:45 in the morning, and I just went to the gym."
Yeah.
And also, I'm walking around by myself a lot. I don't know, man. You want me to be walking around smiling the entire time?
Smiling and laughing to nobody.
And then on the last day, the last full day on the boat, I'm like in the dining hall eating by myself, and I can see that same guy at a table. And everyone at the table is kind of like, "Hey man, chill." Like you're like seem like really drunk and like being a little just like, I'm like, you'd be like being an asshole to everyone that you seem to be friends with, and they whatever. And then I'm sitting there with my headphones in, and I see him like, he goes, "Hey," and is like trying to wave me over to like sit with them, and I'm literally going like this. I'm like, "Nah, man, I am good." But I'm trying not to like yell across.
Yeah,
But
of
I'm like,
course.
he's like, "Oh, are you like busy?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
I'm busy.
I have both AirPods in, and I'm looking at something, and I'm eating.
Yeah.
And I'm like, obviously, I'm not alone because I don't know how to make friends on a boat or something. I'm like, I kind of want to be alone right now.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't have any like food. The food in the artist lounge was not vegan ever, really.
Right.
And I was like, you could order off a menu, but only at dinner.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, I'll go upstairs where they have like hot food and I'll eat it.
Sure.
I can make like a fucking English muffin with peanut butter and jelly on, or like for breakfast. I'm like, okay, fine. Or I can get a veggie burger at 9 a.m. I don't care. Mm-hmm. I'm on the fucking boat. But yeah, just being like, "Hey man, come sit with us." And I'm like, "Oh no, I actually am full up on friends."
Yeah.
I have as many friends as I would like, and honestly, probably too many.
Too many. I don't reach out enough.
No, I really don't.
A lot of life changes happen from it. I don't fucking tell them that I'm proud
a
of
lot
them.
of
It's
stuff
just
happened.
a lot.
Not a lot of people who are very close to me did not even know I was in the hospital, which is fine by me. But yeah, but like 90% of people on the boat were awesome. It was like 2,000 people apparently.
That's great.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, like 90% of the people were either good or not, or I did not interact with them, which is you're good if I don't interact with you, and if I don't interact with you and I have no and I don't, because there's people I didn't interact with that I had a bad impression of.
Oh,
Just like being near you multiple times, I hated you.
There's one thing about you that I know and love.
Yeah.
Is how you'll develop a full opinion about someone without talking to them.
How about this overweight guy shadowboxing in the gym mirror?
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, that guy who I saw who it was in the middle of the pit during the last band the night before, and they had these like long, like, you know, those like metal Budweiser bottles that they have at like sports games.
Yeah,
the aluminum ones. So they had that, but water bottles. And I saw him take one and put it halfway into his mouth and just pour his head back and start chugging it like in the middle of the pit.
Cool.
Yeah, and then I saw him the next day like shadow boxing poorly in the mirror at the gym. Yeah. And I was just like, oh, this guy sucks dick, and I hate him. And I was right about that. But like, I would say the overwhelming majority of people that I talked to on the boat were like really, really nice. Everyone that worked for this company was like, they were such an incredible, well-oiled machine.
Wow.
It was really unbelievable.
It's rare to hear
They were so professional about everything.
Wow.
In a way where it's like I am the moving piece for their system.
Yeah.
Because they do this all the time with different groups.
Yeah.
So I'm like, whatever I can do to make your life the easiest, they're like, just show up and you do stand up. You're so easy. We've already tested the microphone.
Yeah.
We've already done the lights. Just show up.
Just show up
on time and don't go over your time.
Yeah, that's all we ask.
So we can get the fuck out of here because you're the last show of the night both nights.
Yeah, and you did, but it's all right.
I didn't, dude.
Kidding.
I was so perfectly at
My
15
man.
minutes both times.
My man.
I had to do I had to do 30 minutes of the cruise. I had to do 30 minutes of work on the
It's
cruise.
so funny
Insane.
to go 5 days.
5 days. I'd do 30 minutes of stand up.
If I was on a cruise, I'd be like, hey, I'm going to have my own show on this side of the cafeteria.
I was literally like, I wanted to be like, do you guys want me to host something?
Yeah.
Or do you want me to do
anything?
They had like a costume contest. I'm like, you guys want me to do that? They're like, we got everybody for that. I was like, okay,
All right.
cool. I guess the autograph signing was also work.
Okay, yeah.
That was actually way harder than doing stand up.
I can imagine.
Having to sit there and be like, got really good at spinning a Sharpie around like a drumstick.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I got pretty good
pays
at that. Yeah. But enough, I don't know, like people wanted me to sign stuff or whatever, felt bad enough to ask me to sign stuff. I was like, and I had like you would think I would have like a big ego about, or something. Like I literally was like, this isn't affecting me emotionally at all.
Great.
Because I knew
where
my place was on the boat.
Yeah.
Steerage in terms of popularity.
Yeah. You're what the fuck? You're river dancing with Rose McGowan.
Dude, I'm fucking, yeah.
Rose McGowan. What's the woman's name? Not Rose
Claire
McGowan.
Danes?
No, not Claire Danes.
That's my best friend who I see on the Amtrak all the time. One time.
Who's in Titanic? God damn
fucking
it.
Mayor of Easttown. That's the
Marystown.
But at one point I made this about I wish I actually
Show the camera.
Yeah, it's just a thing that says I hate this fucking guy. And I remember who it was about. I'll tell you in another.
Okay.
I'll tell you somewhere else. But it was, dude, it's this fucking
it's over
guy.
on Patreon.
It was a guy who, as soon as he gets a microphone, he starts telling you his whole fucking life story. And I'm like, just host trivia. Well, I guess you guys, if you're on the boat, you'll know who that was about.
Oh my God.
Just fucking do it.
Just do your job.
Yeah, dude. But it was fun. And this one was shorter than the last cruise I did. The last cruise I did was 7 days. This was only 5.
Oh, okay.
So it was like fine. I was trying to spend $0 on the boat, and I ended up paying for Wi-Fi for 2 days.
Okay.
It's like $40 a day.
Whoa.
A lot. But
Whoa.
So they had 2 tiers of Wi-Fi.
Jesus.
Yeah.
$40 a day?
Yeah. For $40 for 24 hours. But yeah, I mean, that's what a day is. But
Yeah,
you know,
I got it.
no. But it was not like, hey, from 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You know, but it was like
That makes you think someone's downstairs, like pedaling a bicycle to make the Wi-Fi work.
it was fucking what's his name's thing.
Starlink?
Elon Musk, Starlink.
Wow.
And here's the thing. It was really fucking good.
Yeah.
Because there was 2 tiers of it. There was a cheaper one, but you couldn't like stream video or do anything. And it was like, oh, there's no point in paying for it. Because so they had like an artist Wi-Fi for free, but it was like, there was a point where I was like, it's not even sending text messages out.
Ugh.
So when I got off the boat in the Dominican Republic, and you're supposed to get like 5G there through T-Mobile and all this shit, and mine didn't come like 2 until I had already gotten back on the boat.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, I'll get off the boat I leave on Monday. I'll get off the boat on Wednesday. I'll send like a big chunk of like pictures and videos and do anything I need to do in that kind of world. And then I'll be off the boat Friday morning, so I'll be fine. But then I couldn't do that Wednesday. So I was like, I kind of don't want to not have contact with everyone.
Yeah, that's a long time.
For that long. So it was like Wednesday to Thursday, and then Thursday to Friday morning. I like paid for those 2 because you could pay for a single day or pay for a whole week. And I was like, well, I already missed any time. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to pay for single days, which is like, if I'm on the boat for 5 days and that's the only money I spend, I'm like, that's fine. Cause I'm like, I would have spent way more money than this, like buying kiwis while I'm at home.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like,
you do love
or
your
like
kiwis.
whatever, dude. Those Sungold kiwis are so good. They're really fucking good, man. Do you want to do the energy drink corner?
Let's do the energy drink corner while it's still. I was gonna say daylight. It's not.
But
you go ahead and introduce.
Yeah.
This.
So I went on the cruise for 5 days, and immediately I landed in New York at 5 p.m. and by 10:45 I was on an Amtrak to go upstate for the weekend because I needed a vacation after my vacation.
Yeah, it's stressful.
And I went to beautiful Stewart's shop, and I got their Extreme Energy Tea and Lemonade low-calorie energy drink refresher. So many different words.
A lot of words.
Yeah, but it's 30 calories. Consume responsibly. Limit 2 bottles per day. Not recommended for children, pregnant or nursing women, or those sensitive to caffeine.
Makes sense.
30 calories is not bad, and it is
one of
194 milligrams per 20 ounces.
Okay.
So like a monster, basically.
Yeah. An Arnold Palmer Monster.
An Arnold Palmer Monster.
Which, if you're his wife, you would agree.
Yeah, exactly. I heard if Trump, the way Trump was talking about that guy's fucking big fat cock,
big hog.
His fucking.
Apparently.
I'll talk about Arnold Palmer's Monster.
Yeah,
but
he's all
so
hogged
I
up.
have drank a couple of these this weekend already, and I will say this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't want to say anything.
Don't
I
say
don't want to
anything,
tip the bit. So let me crack it open.
Fill
The
me up.
plastic bottle.
Oh, it looks so refreshing,
It's
man.
really interesting. It really is a refresher.
I would. That's the kind of container that I would chug. I would put that down in a heartbeat. Thank you.
I only gave you a little bit because it's 8 p.m. already.
Yeah.
So you got, but if you want more, feel free. I had 2 of these already this weekend, but I'm gonna take a sip on the podcast.
Oh my god.
Here's the thing.
Oh my god.
It's fucking unbelievable. It's one of the best things I've ever drank in my entire life. Especially because it's supposed to be, it's like
God
fake
damn
sugar.
it.
So it's not even, it's like crazy sweet,
It's pretty sweet,
but it's
yeah.
not real sugar. So I'm like, okay. Or they're lying to me and it's really 300 calories and it's,
Yeah, hey, if you lie, it doesn't count. Your
yeah,
body
exactly. If you
goes-
lie it, then I don't know.
Your body only processes as sugar when you read it.
Speaking of that, I'll
Oh.
tell you something I did on the boat.
Oh, okay. God damn it, that's so fucking good.
Here's the thing. It's unbelievable.
That's just 5.
It's a 5.
It's a 5.
It's a
so
straight
hard.
up 5.
It's weird because, like, is it an energy drink? Yeah, it absolutely is. It's
In a
not
way.
carbonated,
It's an energy tea.
but they put energy
It is a
into
drink.
a drink. That's an energy drink. And it's a 5-star.
Dude, it's a
energy
fucking
drink.
5. It's an unbelievable Arnold Palmer. Have as much as you
Wow.
want.
I-
It's a lot of caffeine, but
Are you gonna finish? Like, I don't want it
you
now.
can I'll put it in the fridge for tomorrow. I had 2 already. You can have this.
I can have it. You sure?
You can have this. I had 2 already.
Thank you.
I had one.
Thank you. Because I love this.
Yeah, I had. Dude,
I love
it's
this
so
drink.
fucking good.
That's fucking great.
It's
Holy
so good.
Shit.
We got to take a trip now to go like stockpile these.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Stewart's
dude. I love Stewart's. I was addicted to Stewart's iced tea when I lived upstate. I think
sense.
it gave me a kidney stone. One time my ex-girlfriend dressed up as me for Halloween and she duct taped a half gallon of Stewart's iced tea to her hand
That's funny.
and was pouring beer in the container all night and drinking it,
That's
which is really funny.
That's a fucking
And she duct taped a
5.
broken BlackBerry to her other hand because this motherfucker loves to text.
He loves to text. It's funny to tape them. Just not.
It's really, I think it's funnier
It's funnier.
to have
'Cause
like
you don't put your phone down.
exactly. And you're just like, oh, I just am stuck like this. And it's to really know the albatross around my neck and how the cross I must bear to be me the whole time.
How
But-
difficult it is. But that's so refreshing. I
It's
famously
so refreshing.
love
It's-
an Arnold Palmer.
Dude, it's so good. And there's a good amount of lemon in there. Like
and
it's lemonade.
you taste it. There's
Yeah,
lemon.
it's in there. It's a little tart. It's so good. It really is. It's unbelievable.
That's really great.
It's
Wow,
great.
What a fucking.
It is a little like, yeah, you're like, you get a little bit of that tartness on the back of the
Tartness
on the back of the tongue.
in the back of the tongue. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. Stewart's, you've done it again. You magnificent
You
bastard.
big Yummy,
Jimmy Stewart.
You big yummy slut, Jimmy Stewart. I love you. Stuart Copeland from The Police owns them.
Stewart from Mad TV. That's what it
Stuart,
is.
Stewie the baby. Stewie the baby.
Stewie the baby from the Family
Because
Guy.
his full name is Stuart.
What?
His Stewie is a nickname.
Yeah, Stewie's an abbreviated or
For
shortened
Stewart.
version of Stewart.
Yeah. So he's not going to do Stewie shops. He's not like Hulk Hogan trying to get all the fucking glory all
He's
the time.
not like Hulk Hogan.
Stewie
I'm glad
is-
you bring that up.
Thank you.
actually.
Stewie is a good guy, actually, and he's my friend also.
He's a good guy and he's my friend.
Stewie from Family Guy first of all, he's a good guy and he's real.
He's real.
And he's my friend.
Yes,
and I
he
love him.
Still wears the overalls.
Yes, and he has Hezbollah syndrome, and he actually is an adult man.
Big head.
Yeah, he's got Hezbollah. He's got Andy Milonakis disease.
Someone told Mike Tyson that Hezbollah was a man.
Yeah.
And he mentioned someone asked him about it on a podcast. He goes, "I thought it was a boy."
Yeah, that's how I act with children.
That's how I with children. I thought it was a little boy. Somebody told me he was a grown ass man. I mean, he's a man. I won't say
Yeah.
grown.
But
it's a man.
He's a fully
He's
formed.
done
He's
getting-
a fully formed man.
Yeah, he's done getting any bigger.
Let's see.
Wow, 5 stars. That was fantastic.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else.
You said you were going to mention something just now.
Oh,
You can do that off the pod or
no. Speaking of, we're talking about full sugar and only.
Yes.
I just decided one night.
I'm going to crack my back. I'm listening.
Yeah, crack your back while I'm fucking talking and bringing up a really incredible point, and whatever. I'm just a fucking piece of shit, asshole, fucking useless. But so one night I just decided I was like, I'm gonna have. Also, they were out of Coke Zero, so that's probably why. But I just was like, I'm just gonna have a regular can of Coke, which sounds like I was like, I'm bad.
Bye.
That's how far I've fallen in being cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm being so bad. I'm having a regular
Full sugar Coke.
I'm having one can of full sugar Coke. That shit is crazy.
It's
dude.
crazy.
It's so crazy.
How many grams of sugar in a can of Coke?
I think it's like 37 or something. Wow. Crazy. Only 140 calories, but 100% of them come from sugar, apparently.
Yeah, I grabbed an energy drink a little while ago, and I'm like, I just assumed it was zero sugar, and I looked at the back of it, just out of habit, and it was like 64 grams of sugar. I was like, how do you have liquid in here? Like, how does it not just
how is
a
this
can
not like
of sugar?
How is this not a paste?
Yeah, how's this not a sludge?
How is this not an energy butter?
Yeah.
or something like
energy icing?
Dude, yeah. But I had a full sugar Coke before I went on stage, and I had an incredible set.
Of course you did. You're fueled by sugar.
They didn't have any energy drinks, so that was my energy drink, was drinking a full sugar Coke.
Oh yeah, because a Crash is probably similar.
Yeah, but it was nice. It was crazy. It was so crazy. Dude, I can't believe I used to drink multiple 20-ounce bottles of that a day.
Unbelievable.
As an adult.
Yeah, I mean.
Crazy. And I was like, why'd I get so fucking fat?
Why'd you get so fat? Probably
4 Coca-Colas a day
all
plus
the liquid bread you were
all
drinking.
the other shit I was drinking. Yeah, dude, insane.
Fucking crazy.
So crazy. But really, that stuff, I see why they took over the world. I see why they really ruined Central and South America.
Yeah. And it was worth it.
It was worth it.
As someone who is South American,
that shit
kind
is
of.
so good.
Worth it.
Really worth it. So awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. I loved it.
Uh-oh. What?
I gotta take a
piss?
Dookie.
Oh, okay. How much time do you have?
We have like 12 minutes.
All right.
I think I'll be okay.
You'll be all right. I got another jersey.
Yeah, you got another jersey.
I got another jersey. I want you to check out. I wore my new jersey. My New Jersey jersey.
Your new New Jersey jersey.
My new New Jersey jersey.
Yeah.
Last episode. And that's the New Jersey Devils homaging their original franchise, the Kansas City Chiefs, which became the Colorado Rockies. But I like it because
Colorado Avalanche.
No. Colorado Rockies.
And then
the Nordiques became the Avalanche. The Colorado moved to New Jersey.
So the Chiefs became the Colorado Rockies, which then became the New Jersey Devils?
So the Scouts became the Colorado Rockies, which became the New Jersey Devils.
Okay, yes.
The Quebec Nordiques moved to Colorado
and became the Avalanche.
And became the Avalanche.
Okay.
So the Scouts, the Kansas City Scouts and the Colorado Rockies were yellow, blue, and red.
Yes.
So the Devils 2 years ago, the Reverse Retro Series, which is a series that they did a really cool job because hockey's very boring.
They got a lot of ugly jerseys there.
They got a lot of ugly jerseys. They've been really boring for a long time. It's a bunch of fucking uppity white men that have a lot of money and they get bored. And they have no interest in like shaking things up or making anything interesting. And then Adidas was like, let's do a cool thing and let's give you guys like some of the franchises, some cool jerseys, some new stuff. So the Devils got like this jersey, but it has different striping and it has the
Weird.
yeah, yellow. Wow.
I hope that's
Yeah,
good.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yellow, blue, and red, which also happens to be the Colombian flag
Yeah.
color. So I get a jersey with both of the things of my. I was born in
Yeah.
New Jersey, but my parents were Colombian, so it's like a cool 2-in-1. So I got that jersey.
Yeah.
That's a real one.
Real.
That's
yeah,
a
yeah,
real
yeah.
authentic one I got online. I got it for way cheaper than it. A
Yeah.
Stitch jersey, an official Stitch jersey, is like $224, like the full on outfit.
That's so much.
So expensive. I got that one for like 170, 160 something,
Okay.
which is a great deal. I'll take that
Yeah.
all day and night. This one, I got, it's another Stitch jersey with the fight strap, which if you don't know, I'll show the camera.
Yeah. Show the fight strap. Show the little dildo strap.
See this, everybody? This is called the fight strap. So in the 90s, there was a guy named Rob Ray who was a really good tough guy.
Yeah.
A really good fighter. And one of the things he would do to win fights was, because in hockey, when you fight someone, you get a handful of their jersey with your lead hand. That's how you control them. And then your rear hand just throws punches. So what he would do is he would just take off his jersey. He'd take off his jersey and take off his shoulder pads in one fell swoop.
Yeah.
Boom, everything came off. He'd be literally, you could look it up.
You know-
He'd be
you know-
shirtless on the ice.
You know why he was so good at that?
Why was he good at
He was the NHL's first nudist.
He was the first nudist in the NHL, famously.
Yeah, which is actually really
He
cool.
hated wearing clothes.
Hated it. So
But-
he's really good at taking them off.
It was unfair. It was so unfair that the NHL had to make a rule about how jerseys need to be made in the future.
Yeah.
Where now they have a strap that clips onto your hockey pants. So you
Does it also
can't-
so you can't pull them over someone's head while you fight them?
No, because it's not really a thing. It's the only thing in the Mighty Ducks.
Okay.
So it like you could still accidentally get like your jersey high on your shoulder, but no one's like literally trying to pull your jersey over your head.
Okay.
It's just so you don't take your own jersey off.
Okay. Yeah.
So now jerseys come with a fight strap and a way to be able to be like, is it real? Is there a fight strap on it?
Yeah.
Even though, and you'll notice in bootlegger, what's the word for bootleg? Like fake? What's counterfeit?
Counterfeit. Yeah.
In counterfeit material jerseys, they'll still-
Repro
Yeah.
jerseys.
They'll still do that because it's a simple way to be like, oh, it's real.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I got this, which is again stitched
Yeah.
fight strap.
Dude, I gotta say this:
Mm-hmm.
if you got that for $60, that was really stitched by a slave.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
$60?
Someone who made that has had a really terrible life.
I guess. I mean,
So have I.
so have I. Though.
Yeah, yeah. I think I've had exactly the same life as a person who works in a sweatshop making jerseys.
It looks pretty good. Like it
Yeah.
looks. If I'm walking by, you're not going to notice. The name placards a little bit off kilter,
but
and I had to do a little bit of.
You can just pretend that you have had a shoulder injury and you have drop shoulder.
I'm like the guy in Seven Samurai, but I had to do a little bit of like cleaning up some stitching.
Yeah, why not?
And but hey,
That's worth $180.
yeah,
saved.
exactly. So I got two name jerseys now. I got a Jack Hughes and a Jesper Bratt, two of my favorite players on the Devils.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get one more, the Nico Hischier jersey. I might get the ugly jersey because I'm like, oh,
What's the ugly one? The black,
black
one?
one.
The ugly one is that one is ugly.
So they have a New Jersey as
You
a
ever thought about getting like a classique,
kind of
like
I
a
have
retired,
one.
like a retired player?
Oh, I mean, yeah, the one I want, the Scott Stevens one.
Yeah,
But those are all like $400, $500.
you can't get them from this guy.
He doesn't have. I don't know why.
They don't make like retro ones like that.
I guess not. I mean, maybe I could find one. I've
yeah.
looked and I've
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
a couple of them. They look really bad.
Okay, yeah.
The one I really want is the real
Adolf Hitler?
the 1975
The 1944 Adolf Hitler New Jersey Devils jersey.
the 75th anniversary of the NHL, which was 30, 40 years ago.
Yeah,
They had a patch that looks so sick.
yeah.
And no, I'm going to show you. You can't.
Oh
do-
no, I'm looking at it
Okay,
also.
then you
No,
look
I'm
at-
not. I'm
no?
not looking
Okay.
at it. I just wanted to look at my phone. I wanted to see if anyone liked my tweet.
NHL, because it's such a sick jersey. NHL 75 anniversary. Yeah, patch. Yeah, people like love the patch.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like a
it's really
really
cool.
tough
Yeah,
looking-
yeah. It's really cool.
So that Scott Stevens has one like that. Yeah, these are all so expensive.
Yeah.
I'll show you guys the patch. That's the patch. It's 75. It looks like it's going fast. What more do
Yeah.
you want? But it's the Scott
It
Stevens
looks
one.
like a logo for like a marathon or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
But
like a cool,
it's-
like a 70s marathon.
This is
kinda.
what I need. I want the Christmas Devils one, the original, the green, red,
Green, yeah.
and white. That's what I want.
Christmas Scott Stevens jersey.
Christmas Scott Stevens jerseys is
Okay.
like creme de la creme.
Yeah.
But again, it's like $400. I don't have that.
Yeah.
But I'm very happy with my shitty bootleg and my real jersey.
Yeah.
But very cool. I got that. I also went to lunch with my friend from high school.
That's kind of nuts.
That was crazy.
Not like nuts, but it's cool.
Yeah, my buddy Jared, who it was funny. Like he's like, "Hey, I'm in town.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. You want to get dinner?" I'm like, "Sure.
Yeah.
I'd love that. Let's go here." He brought a friend of his who's in town as well.
Yeah.
And they walked in, and it was so funny how I'm like, I haven't seen him in
Since high school.
I thought it was in high school, but he's like, no, I saw you like 10 years ago in New York. I like for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I just kind of forgot. It got punched out of my brain.
Yeah.
I literally have no memory of that. But he like walked in the restaurant, and I just look up, and we both just start laughing.
Yeah.
I'm like just fully laughing at each other. And he's not like a funny person. Like he doesn't really make a lot of jokes. He has a good sense of humor. He laughs at good jokes.
Yeah. That's fine. That's good enough.
Yeah, tech guy. He works in
Technology.
technology.
What's it all about?
What's it all about?
Is it good or is it whack?
Oh yeah, whack. in San Francisco, and so he's like a very like straight laced,
Yeah. Successful guy.
successful, cool guy.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Must be nice, dude.
But it was really funny
I
how
have none of
quickly
that
we fell
inside
into
me.
like talking like nothing had.
Yeah,
we never missed a beat.
That's what's so awesome about being a guy.
Yeah.
I don't care about what has happened emotionally in your life at all.
Yeah.
Since I've seen you, but are we still having fun?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Still making each other laugh.
That's great.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool. It was really like, oh man, we fucking spent in the 4 years of high school
Spent so much time
an
together.
unreasonable amount of time together because not only did we go to the same school, we played hockey together every day, and we would
you guys
hang
were-
out.
And he had a piece of your missing foreskin. So
And he
you
had
guys
a
would
piece of-
you guys would dock and reattach and become one
And it'd
and
feel like,
bond.
oh.
Yeah, which I think is awesome.
But yeah, it was really fun. Really great to see someone like that you haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was weird. I was like, not weird, but it's like, that's really nice. I felt really
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
I felt really cool.
It also is nice to have like a friendship like that. And it's like I have no weight of expectation at all from it's like it's like it's not like we are so invested in each other's lives that like I have to like do anything other than see you once every 10 years.
No, truly.
And it's awesome. And
Yeah.
I'm liking your Instagram story sometimes because that means I love you and I see you and I respect you.
Okay, this is why I brought it up. I'm not gonna say in the name
Okay.
because I guess I don't know.
Doesn't
We were talking about like, oh, high school. Did you keep up with anybody?
Yeah.
Have you seen anybody since then? Blah
Yeah.
blah 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 blah. And I was like, nah, I saw blah blah blah. I saw blah blah blah. And he goes, oh, did you hear about
X.
X? And I was like, I don't think I know who that is. And he's like, no, you know who they are. It's this blah blah. I'm like, oh, okay, it rings a bell a little bit. He wasn't a friend of mine in high school.
Yeah. A guy you knew.
A guy I knew who was
Like
in the periphery.
Adjacent friend groups or like
I would because
just a guy who was in your high school.
a guy's in high school.
Yeah.
Jared, very smart person.
Yeah.
Was in all the advanced classes, was like on track to do well in college, let alone go to college.
Yeah.
I did very, very
Yeah.
poorly in high school. I was surprised I even graduated. So
Yeah.
I wasn't in any of the same classes as him.
Yeah.
So like he was involved with that world, like the guys who were going to get ahead in life.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're gonna get ahead in life. Yeah.
So he's like, no, you know who they are. I'm like, okay, I vaguely remember who this guy is, but I'm not even remotely in the same world as me. I luckily in high school, I'll give myself credit, whereas like I could move around pretty seamlessly through all the friend groups, all the cliche lunch
Famously, you had
tables.
roller skates on
Exactly.
a lot, so it's
I
pretty
roll
easy for you to
skates.
get around.
I'm a lot like the girl in Boogie Nights because I have a full bush.
Could have stopped right there. I'm a lot like the girl.
I'm like the girl. But anyway, he goes, oh, so he became a cop.
Okay.
I go, that makes a lot of
Awesome.
sense. That
Yeah.
tracks.
That guy's an
And
asshole.
he goes, and they were doing a training exercise, and he shot and killed an old woman.
No fucking way.
Yeah. And I was fucking in the restaurant dying. Because
That's
like I guess
no
old
fucking
no
way.
fucking way. I guess old people in Florida they're like, I'll go help with the police. They need people apparently.
There's a guy who's pretending to be like holding her hostage, and then this cop's just like, yeah, she's the bad guy. Jesus Christ.
I can't believe. And
Did you go to high school with George Zimmerman?
So George Zimmerman and I were like this.
Yeah, we were best
Me
friends.
and Georgie.
I've always supported everything
The
he's done.
Zim. Big Zim.
Yeah. Invader Zim.
He's always hated people carrying Skittles. I think. I don't remember what the fuck.
He's an anti-candy guy.
Anti-candy guy. But yeah, he told me that story, and I was fucking
That's
dying.
insane.
And it's very easy to Google.
Yeah. Figure it out if you want.
Apparently, he had like a checkered past of like
I bet.
letting the canine
Like ska?
I said, he's in the chess team. I love that we both made the same joke.
He did NASCAR racing?
Oh yeah. Also, by the way, I was killing with both my friend
of course,
and
dude.
his
Yeah,
friend.
dude. Oh, you've been sharpening your blade for 2 decades?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It
You
was-
do pretty well.
It was funny because I could see him laughing at jokes, being like impressed. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm funnier than ever.
Yeah.
I've gotten better at this shit.
Yeah. I've been practicing a
Been
lot.
practicing a lot.
I've been talking to a guy who's way dumber than you for a long time.
I've been bouncing it off a dull wall.
One of the most hollow walls you've ever heard. Ain't no studs behind that thing. That's Mr. Drywall right
Yeah,
there.
dude, unbelievable.
That's
So I
so
looked it up.
fucking
I looked
crazy.
up, and there's like, he got in trouble for obviously doing that.
Yeah.
And then they looked into like his past. Apparently, like let one of the canine dogs like attack someone for like way too long.
my
Yeah, I was like, fuck this fucking guy.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, piece of shit.
That's
I don't give a fuck.
insane.
Yeah, truly, man, so fucking.
It's so insane. Hey, Grandma! Just blow her fucking brains
Like, why
out.
are you even pointing a gun at her? I don't
Yeah.
understand. Whoa, light bulbs just went
Whoa.
out. All right.
Is this
Oh, what the hell?
okay?
The fuse.
Something happened. All right. So this is thing's about to die. I think. So
Okay.
we're done recording.
We're
I
done.
don't know what the fuck happened.
Bye,
All right.
everybody.
Bye.